Okay, so I'm going to show you some basics of using the Google Drive. So when you log into your computer, the first thing you want to do is go to Google Chrome, and you should have a little icon down here, or you can go to your Start menu, and it'll be the top one. So the first thing you'll need to do is sign in to your Chrome account. Sorry about that. And when you sign in, it should default to the Google. Now, to get to your drive, there's a couple different ways. You can go to this 9 squares, which Google calls the hamburger or the waffle, So you can click on that and you can go to your drive that way. Or up here, you have the colored waffle where it says apps. You can click on that and this screen will show up and your drive should be close to the first one. Now, I have a lot of folders and a lot of documents in my drive. Right now, I'm in my drive, and I know that because it says it up here. If I went to Shared with Me or Recent, this always tells you which one you're in, which view you're in. I'm going to go back to my drive. So whenever you create a folder, they're always going to be on top. And then any documents that you have loose are going to be at the bottom. To create a folder, you click New, go to Folder, and you can name it here. I'm going to name mine Practice Folder, and it's right there, and it shows up in alphabetical order. So the ones that I want to see right away, which are my team folder and ELA, I've put numbers in front of so that I see them first. If you don't do that, then it's going to show up in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go into my practice folder, which is the one I just created. And now I can upload or make new files. If I have Word documents that I want to put in here that are on my Z drive, you click New over here on the left sidebar, File Upload. You can go to your Z drive, click on My Computer. You could also upload from Teacher Share or Staff Share. Go to my Z drive. Maybe I want to pull this document up, so I open it. And it will locate it or it will download it here. Now, if I want to make it a Google Doc, because right now it's still a Word doc in my Google Drive, I would have to click on it and this pops up. And up at the top, you can click Open with Google Doc. And it automatically turns it into a Google Doc. Sometimes it'll reformat it, so you'll have to go in and kind of tweak it a little bit. So I'm going to exit out of this, and now I'm in the practice folder and both versions show up of the same document. I still have my Word document, and now this symbol right here means it's a Google Doc. Since I've already made it a Google Doc, I no longer want my Word document because I have that saved to my Z drive if I ever need it again. And I can highlight it by just clicking on it once and then hitting the trash can. If you double click something, it will open it. So now I'm going to go back to my drive, which is where it's kind of like has all my folders and I can see it all at once. I can either click this or I can go over to the side and click my drive. That was just a practice folder. So I will keep that there because there's a couple more things I want to show you. So if you want to save something that someone shared with you in an email to your Google Drive, it's very simple. So I'm going to open a new tab up here, and I'm going to go to my mail. And next to my name, there's a mail option. So you don't have to click on, let me show you real quick. I'm going to minimize this for a second. So there is a Google Mail icon on your desktop, but I never use that. I always use it straight from Google. So you click on Mail. It will load your mail. And notice I have 2 people have shared a Google Doc with me. So I'm going to go into the one that Joan Stockman shared with me because I asked her to send me a test document. So I open it in Docs. Now, if I want to save this to my drive, because right now it's just floating somewhere in Google Docs. And the only way that I will be able to find it is if I search for it in this thing up here, this search drive. So I want to be able to see it right away. To do that, you click on this folder up here, and it'll ask you anywhere you want to save it. So you can just click on My Drive and just put it in your drive, and then it would show up at the bottom where your documents are. But since I created a practice folder, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to put it in my practice folder. So I click that, and then I could click Move. Notice I have arrows next to some of my folders. That is because if I click on the arrow, there are folders within that folder. What's awesome about Google Drive is you can organize your material based on what you want and what makes sense to you. Whereas in Staff Share, everyone has access, and so if something is moved, it's moved for everyone. Whereas I can have a document saved in, let's say, my practice folder, and Kelly Peters could have that same document saved either just in her drive at the bottom or in a totally different folder. So like I said, I'm going to move it to the practice folder, and I click Move. Now, when I exit out of this document and I go back to my drive, so I'm going to go up here at the top, click my tab. When I go into my practice folder, I have the one that I uploaded and I have the sheet. Okay, so I'm going to show you that one more time. I'm going to go back to my mail. I no longer need this email because I already saved it to my drive, so I'm going to trash this one. So I'm going to go into the second one that was shared with me. Example behavior sheet in Google Docs. Some of you may have received something like this where you've been asked to fill it out daily. If you want to make sure you can get to it every day, you want to save it to your drive. Click Open in Docs. And just like we did before, once that folder pops up, you're going to click on it. You can either move it just to your drive, or you can choose a folder you've already created, or you can create a new folder. I'm going to create a new folder that says Behavior Sheets or Behavior Logs, whatever you prefer, if you want to keep them all together. So I've created that. Again, it goes alphabetical order. I would click on it and click Move. Now, when I go back to my Google Drive, so I'm back here, I always click Drive to go back to the home page is what I call it. It should have my behavior sheets right here. So I click Behavior Sheets. It's not in there. Let's see. I did something wrong. I missed a step. So I'm going to try it again. So I click on the folder. It says it's in Behavior Sheets. And there it's popping up now. So then I'm going to exit out of these. Sometimes you just have to reload it. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Sorry. So now you can always go to it and you can fill it in from your computer, wherever you are. And whoever is able to see this document will be able to see your changes. Whoever owns this document, or if you want to see who made the changes, you can go to go to File, See Revision History, and it'll tell you, so I could click on Jennifer's name, and anything in pink would be to that. So she made all of these changes. When I click on my name, anything in green, because that's the color square next to my name, you can see those are the changes that I made. So I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to go back to my drive. I no longer need this since I saved it to my drive, so I can delete it. And now I'm back to my drive. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please come see me.